So the hot favourites for this are the Polish crew. Britain in this too, heat winners, but more of them as we go through the introductions. Switzerland at the top of your picture. Another crew from Czechia, the Poles, red hot favourites. The British, can they upset the home crowd? Germany and the neutral athletes.
Yeah, and here are the Swiss. We saw this lineup race in Lucerne as well, 10th overall, and racing here in the A final. Next to Switzerland, we find Czechia.
Yeah, like Zindulka, the 22-year-old in the stroke seat of the Czechia quad with his cap set back. And this Polish quad, in the two seats, we have Igor Jakonec, 21-year-old, who had a bike injury last year, couldn't do the under-23s, but he's back here.
Here, Great Britain, Matthew Long, Max Bird, Harry Rindt, and Elliot O'Donovan Davies, and right beside him a very quick crew as well from Germany with Jakob Geier in the stroke seat.
Yeah, the Berliner oarsmen studying mechanical engineering, and the neutral athletes, not quite as strong a crew as they could have had, but the star in this, I think, Shribantsko in the three seats. They had that fantastic race to get into the final of the men's doubles at Lucerne. His partner, Maxim Hrubrewski, is not in the boat, so the neutral athletes could have an even quicker boat than the one they already have. So our co-commentators from Poland, right next to us, really gearing up for this race because the expectation for this Polish quad is massive.
Yeah, defending champions from St. Catherine's last year. One new member in that crew. You already mentioned him, Igor Jakonec, in that two seat, as they are called to attention by the umpire. Could hear the cheer for the Polish crew there.
Yeah, definitely over the...
We're off, green light, buzzer off, and a great start from Poland. Home favourites, GB going with them. All the crews off to a clean start, but we ride here with the Polish quad, and such pressure on these young athletes, but they move out with a clear intent, Martin, and already put that bow ball ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, they threw down a 124 in the opening, in the semi-final of this event, and that was probably about half a second quicker than the Brits. So the Brits know exactly how the Poles are going to race, and the Poles are very familiar with the British tactic, particularly coming through in the middle 1,000 metres. They want to get a lead. I think what we've seen here, Tim, is the brave crews, those that go out really fast early on, that's been rewarded.
Yeah, I think it gives you such an advantage if you have that couple of feet. You can just relax that little bit more. You can see more of the crews. You can see the pushes and the action just that bit better, and you can just sort of relax that bit. And I think the Polish crew have gone out with that clear intent to get themselves in a great position here.
Yeah, doing well in lane 5, it's Germany, and you can see them probably sort of level in with the Brits next to them, and the crew from Czechia coming through 500 in quite strong position, second place as it happens to.
Yeah, a great start by the crew from Czechia, silver medalist last year, of course, and only Miroslav Vokalek in the bow seat, new to that crew, who raced so fast in St. Catherine's last year, and they are tracking the Polish quad very nicely. But Germany, I think, currently bronze medal position, just a couple of feet down on Czechia, and Great Britain at the moment 4th. The only crew not really able to keep pace are the outside lanes, so the individual neutral athletes, and Switzerland now already starting to feel the strain a bit coming into the second 500.
Yeah, it's great to see the neutral athletes in the final. I think they've been really motivated by seeing the neutral athlete, Yehuni Zlati, win that silver medal in the Paris Olympics, and he's really done a great job to motivate these young lads. But as you say, they're off the pace now. Poland really doing a great job out in front. It's hard to see how anybody is going to get through them. I think they've got the pace in the second half, Tim. And great Skull from Czechia. Germans, well, we saw them come through in the finish of races yesterday. I suspect they're going to have a finish in this race too.
Yeah, I think you're right, Martin. And they know that they have that great finish in their back pocket for the last 500. And for them, it's all about keeping in contact with the leading crews. And what struck me so much is that this under-23 Polish quad looks so much like the senior quad. And looking at the pace and the way they are rowing, quite similar to that senior quad from Poland.
Yeah, they've got great expectations of a medal in the Senior World Championships this year, the Polish quads. They just got bettered by the British. Okay, so we're riding with the Polish, Dan Galaza in the stroke seat from Gdansk, Mike Randa behind him from Wrocław, and Czekanovic from Poznania. This is his hometown. His dad works selling cars here, and a mate of his came into the car dealership and said, your son should row. And he did, and look at him now in the world final. And then Kulka from Gdansk, another one up in the north. Germany, well, they are coming now and challenging Czechia for that silver medal. You can see Czechia on the left of your picture, just really a few meters behind the leading Poles. And then it's the Germans on that outside lane, lane 5, they're towards the right of your picture as you look at it. And really, in between that, the British have got to make a move if they're going to pick up anything on the podium places. But it looks pretty much like those are the three medalists. Czechia and Poland, who's your money on?
Ooh, well, the Polish crew here as we ride with Czechia, I mean, they do look amazing. You can see the grit and determination here on Michal Zindulka, the stroke man there, and he knows he's in the race of his life. 0.6 of a second down on the Polish quad at the moment.
Yeah, and they came second to the Polish quad last year in St Catherine's at the Worlds. Zindulka was the stroke of that quad, and at the moment the crew from Czechia are moving.
Yeah, they are moving. Quickest boat out on the water, and we're in the final quarter of this final, and it is absolutely flying. Look at the speed difference now here from Czechia, and they've taken the lead. The picture here is slightly deceptive. The crew from Czechia in the lead at the moment, and the Polish quad have to respond, and they have 42 strokes a minute, trying to regain that gold medal position. Into the red boys, 2:50 to go.
Just into the red boys. The Czechs have made their move. Is it too early? Have they gone too early? Will the Poles find something from this crowd? You can see them go there. Fantastic sprint. He's lifted it, Dan Galaza, but he's got to, because the Czechs have nearly a 2-meter lead. It is the Czech crew, the crew from Czechia, and it's Germany in bronze medal position, but Poland, can they find something?
Yeah, Poland slightly quicker now, and there go Czechia once again. Germany still in bronze medal position, but who's going to get the gold?
So they come up to the line. It is the crew from Czechia with that lead. They've got a deck lead over the Polish favourites, and they take gold. A sensational last quarter. Poland have to settle for silver. They were the red-hot favourites. They took gold in this event last year. Germany win a bronze medal ahead of Great Britain, who miss out. The neutral athletes and Switzerland. Look at him, he's standing up there. He absolutely sculled a beautifully paced race. The Czech stroke man, Mike Zindulka, he knows what it's like. They were just behind the Poles last year. I think it was something like 1/10 of a second, Tim.
Yeah, it was really close. I remember that race, and well, what a way to celebrate, and a great final quarter by Czechia, and they really went all in that last quarter.
So 5:50, the winning time. A little bit more of a margin than it was at last year's World Championships. Germany coming in third place. Good news for the German programme. And Britain, unfortunately, if you're a British spectator, missing out on a podium place. But flags waving from Czechia in the grandstand. And my impression is that Czechia have got a great programme going. I know, you know, the former fantastic athlete Ondrej Sinek has been very much the heart of rowing in Czechia, but there's good things happening down there.
Yeah, I think so. And this crew from Czechia, they were so mature in their race plan. They knew what they were capable of and executed their plan, I think, to perfection, knowing full well that the crew from Poland would try and establish that early lead.
I must admit, I had the gold medal with Poland written all over it. I just thought the grandstand, the noise, they're going to find something in that last quarter. But the Czechs made their move early, and it really paid off. They got that vital metre, 2 metres, and they kind of laid the gauntlet down to the Poles, and the Poles couldn't respond and pick it up.
Yeah, and I think the Polish crew really tried, because they took it up. They were at 40 and they went to 43 for a couple of 100 meters, trying to get their bow ball back in front. But Czechia really calm under pressure, responding again to that Polish push and pushing out to 6/10 of the lead. In the end, it was quite a decent margin for Czechia.
Yeah, decent. We ought to give a plug for Jan Navratil, the Czechia coach, who's done a fantastic job developing these young scullers.